There they are, down below.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Weston Martinez coming to you here from the Texas border at an undisclosed location. And as y'all know, I'm the conservative choice for Texas Land Commissioner. And as your next Texas Land Commissioner, we're going to do our job, but then we're also going to go above and beyond. And that means securing the border and securing the wall. So I'm here with some good friends tonight. Let them introduce themselves real quick. These are part of the border heroes that are, some of them aren't even from Texas, and they're coming down here to help secure our border. And we're excited about that. So, guys.
Mike Miller, I'm the founder of Warriors for Ranchers, and I want you guys to know that this guy has my vote. He's boot on the ground here in Valverde, Texas, in Del Rio, and it's middle of the night, and we know that these cartels are moving these people through. I want you guys to know there's a lot of politicians that are telling you guys and promising you guys that they're going to do stuff, and they're lying to you guys because they want to get your vote. But I want you guys to know Weston is a man of God. He cares about this country. He's a farmer, he's a rancher, he's a father, and he's really not a politician. He's a gentleman that just cares about this country. And those are the kind of people we need to get in office. So I'm Mike Miller, Warriors for Ranchers. I'm voting for this guy.
And then we've also got here tonight with us.
I'm John Dice. I'm coming down here from out of state to see if I can't help these guys and supply some support for them and see if we can't help you guys out, make things better here in Texas.
I appreciate you being here tonight. And then
Absolutely.
the furthest from home award goes to Tim Greer.
Yeah, Spartanburg, South Carolina. I'm the founder of rescuethekids.org, rescuethekids.org, down here checking on the kids in the border and seeing basically firsthand of what's going on here with all the kids and everything with the trafficking.
And so y'all go ahead and just take a minute and just share this video. Share it real quick. We're gonna let some people jump on here, and then we're gonna talk about what's going on. Let me show you right here in the background, right there. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4. How many troopers we got over there?
5 or 6 of them.
We got about 5 or 6 troopers that are back over here. We're parked right next in there to them, and so we're at a spot that allows us the ability to be here. And again, thanks to our friends that have brought us in what's going on over here. So y'all share this real quick, and then we'll move on to the next thing. But look, let's get down to it. There is a crisis happening on the border, and you know what? Before I was ever running for land commissioner, I've always been pro-life, pro-gun, pro-family, pro-Israel, and most importantly, I've been pro-Texas. Being a native from San Antonio, from the Alamo City, I know what it is to fight the liberals on both sides of the aisle, and I will continue doing that. And I have always supported actually securing our border, building the wall. I worked on stopping voter fraud in Bexar County by helping get that lady arrested with Project Veritas. I also worked on actually stopping human trafficking a few years ago because I created a piece of legislation that make human trafficking a death penalty offense. And I'm sad to report that while we got it through almost all the legislature, it didn't make it to the governor's desk for signing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my personal political views and beliefs. Not all of that stuff has to do with the General Land Office, but y'all need to know where I've been and what I believe in, because I think we need more elected officials to just tell people how they are. And yes, Jeffrey, from one bull rider to another, yes, it's rank and it's simple. Just tie on and go. But here's the deal: as Texas Land Commissioner, obviously our job is to make sure that we manage the assets of the Texas General Land Office for the state of Texas to fund the benefits for veterans, and also the permanent school fund, the permanent university fund, secure the Texas beaches, maintain those beaches, work with Texas Parks and Wildlife. There's nothing general about the General Land Office, but let me tell you, there also is a provision where we can help in building the wall. And we're going to have a press conference tomorrow here in Del Rio, Texas, where we are going to lay out what is taking place. And I can tell you that I shouldn't have to, as Texas Land Commissioner, I shouldn't have to build that wall by myself. But I tell you what, I guarantee you, if it comes down to it, we'll do it. And tomorrow we're going to lay out the details on how we can strategically lay out the resources that are available within the land office to actually help build the wall and get it done. And I guarantee you, once we start building it, we are going to shame every elected official from Brownsville all the way to Washington, D.C., to where they're going to be wanting to give money to get that wall built, because we're going to start letting everybody know how much they've helped or how much they hadn't helped. And we've got some great ideas about that. as land commissioner, one of the things that we do is we're required to maintain where the state borders are, and that's so we can keep people like the federal government out, the Bureau of Land Management, and on the southern border, keep people out that shouldn't be here, that are coming here illegally. So share this video, and we're gonna bring in my friends that are here tonight. And guys, I tell you what, thank y'all for bringing me down here. Thank y'all for what y'all have been down here. I've made a couple of trips to the border already during the campaign. I've been involved on it before I was running for this position. But look, my job is to always surround myself with smarter people.
Sure.
Y'all know more about this than I do. And let me tell you what, there's not a lot of people that serve in office that want to have smarter people than them in the room, because they're intimidated and they're cowards. And that's not who I am. So these guys right here represent experts in the field. These guys over here represent experts in law enforcement. We had a great conversation with them. They're very kind, very respectful. Our tax dollars hard at work, and thank God. That's the best use of my tax dollars I've seen in a long time.
Thank God for these guys. I want you guys to know that these state patrol, they're here in the heat all day long. I mean, they're taking this shift all night. They're going to be here till first thing in the morning. They'll get relief first thing in the morning. But I want to give you guys an update since Weston probably don't know these numbers. But we have 1,000 individuals that have been put into custody this week. 1,000.
Now, I did know those numbers.
You did know those numbers.
And the reason why is because he told me earlier.
I did tell him earlier. Hey, you said you wanted smarter people in the room. He already knew. So the trains that are going through Uvalde, the grain bins, they're hiding in those.
That's a lot. I don't want to get shot.
Okay, you don't want to get shot. So the grain,
We got plenty of guns. We ain't getting shot.
My
don't worry,
voice is terrible, so I'm fighting just to get words out. So the grain bins at the bottom of the trains, if you guys have seen these videos that are going viral, these guys are risking their life by jumping in these grain bins, and our Border Patrol agents are getting the dogs out there, and they're opening those grain bins like they butterfly open at the bottom, and all these water bottles fall out, and these folks are jumping in those at those extremely high Texas temperatures, and they're doing anything they can to sneak on our borders. But having folks like Weston in the office that can secure our borders and stop this stuff from happening, that is something that we need to do. But I do want you guys to know that we witnessed 17 individuals crossing. They were from Venezuela. We had 3 from Africa. Is that correct?
77 total since 7 o'clock this morning.
There you go.
They went through this one little gate, one little walk-through gate right here where we're standing at now. The lady said the officer said she started this morning at 7 o'clock. And we seen 17, and she said 60 went across before that.
That's crazy.
And we're not even in an eighth of a mile. We're not even in an eighth of a mile spot.
Yeah.
And we got 1,000 miles of border. So.
And that wasn't including the.
And they're basically just turning themselves in. They walk straight across here. The highway patrol is here. Basically welcome them. I mean, there's nothing they can do but just put them in a van, and from what I understand, they get shipped to town and get a motel room or whatever. And you know, I didn't see. Obviously, they're not going to send anybody bad here because they know they're going right. They're basically turning themselves in at the bank. You know.
And let me tell you what. Here we are today. Before we get to our next new friend, you know, here we are today on the Texas border. On the day that President, I've called him Biden a couple times. Golly, it sticks though. Golly, it sticks.
Yep.
When Biden fired the head of the Border Patrol, all because he was pro-wall. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. There's a whole lot of politics with it, but they fired that guy because he was for building the wall. Well, let me tell you what. Biden might have control over who is the head of the Border Patrol, but we have control over who's the head of the White House. And it ain't going to be him very much longer. So, again, y'all share this video real quick. We got lots of people that are joining on. And I don't know how to invite my friends on this one like I do when it's the other direction. You can still do it usually. But at any rate, so y'all share this. And we've got our... Hold on. Stand by. So we've got John. John, you feel free to say what you'd like to say. And
Okay. Well,
anyway,
we just know that I'm not living in Texas right now, so I flew out here from out of state just because I know that what's going on here affects this whole country, and so that's one reason why I decided to come on down here. I've got family and stuff that have told me, you know, you're concerned about what's going on. You keep saying about stuff, but you're not going down there and doing anything. So I'm down here. I'm down here helping. whatever I can do is what I want to do, and it's going to make things better for everybody and also good for our country too.
And
this
that's
is not a Texas problem. This is an
No.
American problem.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
100%.
Well, let me tell you this. One of the reasons I came down here, I work with a friend of mine at BradBartonUSA.com, and I was at his house in Chattanooga. We got a call, and they was plane loads of young girls, like 16, younger than that, 13,
Yeah,
16
13 to 16 years old.
and we was at the airport there, and they was shipping girls that came from here to there. And basically, I'm just following up on that, and we got invited this weekend to come down here. But this is not a Texas problem. This is an American problem, because when these people get here, they are leaving. Matter of fact, today, I seen a guy crawl up on the bank and tell the officer, I need to go to Dallas. I mean, didn't speak no English, but he knew how to say Dallas.
Yep.
So basically, he just come here and called him an Uber, and you know. That's
you see
it's
what we're
crazy.
talking about, guys?
It's unbelievable.
You see what we're talking about here? This is the kind of ridiculous stuff we're talking about.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for people like this, you know, whenever we talk about the word patriots, that's these folks right here, you know, and making sure that we're doing what we need to do in the middle of the night, you know, instead of being home with our family, we're out here, you know, doing this so that we can be home with our family. You know, we don't...
Yeah,
safe.
you're not a patriot unless you participate.
That's
Right.
right.
You need to get out behind that screen
Yep.
and
Say
get
it.
out here and do the exact same thing that we're doing. I don't care what it is. You can run for school janitor, whatever the case may be, but you got to get in and get and participate.
Don't feel like what you're doing at home, if you want to make a difference, just like he said, you don't have to be perfect and you don't have the perfect plan, but if you can rise up and you can get a few of your friends to do it with you. There's some ladies I met in Tampa, and they called themselves the Mama Bears. Yep. And if you guys research these ladies, their kids were wearing masks at school, and because they're wearing these masks, they got strep infection, and these moms didn't want to have it no more, and so they said, hey, we're going to stand up and we're going to do something about this. And guess what? Those kids have a choice now where they want to wear masks at school.
And they changed the law in the whole state.
In the whole state.
Yep.
And you guys can do the same thing.
Iowa.
Stand up and make a difference.
Absolutely.
That's right, because you know what? We know that one man made a difference on this planet, and that's Jesus.
That's right.
And we know that we serve Jesus.
That's right.
And we know that God has chosen America because he loved us so much. And we know that what we're doing out here today, you know, we're trying to protect, you know, protecting these people and securing the border is actually a loving thing to do. Because you know what it does? It makes those coyotes have to pay more money to traffic those people. So it's hurting them in the pocketbook. Here's update fresh from the front line. You know, I had heard from some other folks that recently they were paying $4,000 to $6,000 for kids. So they'd go to somebody in like Caracas or places down in Guatemala or whatever, and they'd say, either you give me your kid and I'll give you some money, or I'm going to kill you and I'm going to take your kid.
Right.
And so then they bring their kid up here, and they were, again, getting the money like that. Tell them how much they're having to pay now.
So now these folks are paying $5,000 to $11,000 a head to get over here across our border. Folks, that's $22 million a day on average that the coyotes are making to get these people smuggled into our country. And I want you guys to understand this. The coyotes are putting the fear of God in these people by telling them they cannot tell us how much money they're paying. They're intimidated to talk about it now.
So when we talk about people making money and this being just a horrible situation, it really is. It's a humanitarian crisis. But you know what? It's more inhumane for people to let this take place. We drove in here. I met these guys at a local restaurant, and there's a guy walked in. He was just waiting for his hamburger like I was. I just went and shook his hand and said introduced myself, and his name ironically was Martinez as well. And I told him, I said, well, nice to meet you. I'm running for Texas Land Commissioner. And he says, well, I just got to ask you one thing, Martinez. Are you a Democrat? No, sir. I'm a Republican. And he had a lot of cuss words to say. He was respectful, but he said a lot of cuss words. And I told him, I said, well, let me tell you. I said, more importantly than anything, I'm a Christian and I'm a Texan. And I said, people in D.C. want us to divide over issues. And I said, you might be a Democrat, but you're not a socialist. You know what I found out? That man's a retired Border Patrol agent. And I talked to him for a few minutes, just talking to him, listening to him, sharing a couple of stories. And that man, after about 5 minutes, he says, you know what, Martinez? I think you're going to be the first Republican I ever voted for.
Yep.
Saved his soul.
I witnessed that. He said he would vote for you.
And again, what I told that guy is I said, look, I'm just going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. And he says, that's all I want. He said, I hate politicians. And I said, well, so do I. Oh, we have some. I thought we have somebody walking out, but it's not. It's not an illegal alien.
Yeah.
So, but
Not yet.
just to show you all the background over here real
Let's
quick.
take them onto the property, Weston.
There's all the guys over there. We got
I got permission to go on.
we got some lights.
I can use my phone.
Well, here, let me get this. Where? How far?
I'll be able to share it.
How
Once
far?
once
How
you
far to the
save
water
it.
are we?
Oh, it's just right here. Right here. I mean, we're literally on the property right there.
All right. Well, you guys stay here. We're gonna head on in here to the sec for a second. Get this.
They got lights on over there.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm kind of stay behind you guys just to watch you as the back
Okay.
Perfect.
while we're going over next to the river. So
Sounds good.
All right. So y'all.
you guys can cover.
There are some loose guys sitting out in the bottom. Yeah, they got permission to be there.
All right. So y'all stand by. Jet ski. Is it?
Actually, there's a motorcycle.
Is it?
Hang on. Y'all stand by. There. All right. Hang on now. Where'd they go? All right. So y'all. We got any other flashlight? So, okay, here. So we're. All right. So y'all listen up. So we're heading right over here. We're right up against the water. We've got some people that are down here. I'll share this video later on. We'll keep on going live here for a minute. Let's see what we got going on. Y'all share this live video. Share this live video. No, we talked to him earlier. We talked to him earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
You got enough moonlight, I have a problem.
So look at here, guys. So here we go. So look, y'all look at here. Yeah. Look, guys, so we're. Listen to me. So we're right here, folks.
Right here,
Y'all
where
ain't
you're
getting.
standing at, is where 77 people come across today. And that's since they may have been more after we left.
So here we are tonight on the Texas
You
border.
can walk across the whole river right here.
So look, boys, ladies and gentlemen, we're right here. We're on the Texas River. We're getting. You can see that. You can see right here behind me. You can see what we've got with the river. They're expecting people that are going to be crossing here tonight. Again, we're in an undisclosed location here along the border in Valverde County. And we are at the Rio Grande right here, guys. So again, when we look at what's happening here at the Texas border, look, it doesn't matter what public office you've held, what public office you hold. If you don't want to secure our border for real, get the hell off the ballot. You're not doing anything to protect our future or protect our children or protect anything that you claim to be working for. And as Texas Land Commissioner, I can promise you that we're going to allocate the resources that we're able to in order to help build the wall. And nobody else has had the boldness to come out and say that. And there is a way for us to do it, and we're going to shame every other elected official into doing it. So Here we are on a full moon night in South Texas. This is not a scene from Lonesome Dove. This is probably where they came across, but this is something that is very, very, very important to the citizens. And again, you can see all the stuff we got going on here. And this whole river right here, we can walk right across. How deep is it right here?
Huh? There's one spot over here about waist deep.
Oh, wait, hold on. Something's in the water. Huh? Hey, Mike.
Hush.
We got something in the water over here. Oh, I hear something in the water. To the left. No, left. 60 yards. No, I heard something paddling. 12 o'clock for me.
Are they coming here?
I just heard something moving. I'm gonna go by the one in big flood last tomorrow.
We gonna got a bigger light?
Have you guys been out here when they play the Stay Honda music real loud over there?
Yeah.
And you guys know that Anthony got video of
What?
raping.
Watch that end.
Yeah, he told me that was.
Yeah.
There's like some rocks over here. Yeah, there's like some rocks over here. And he hasn't watched the video, but I
The authorities have the actual real footage. He hasn't released it because that girl's life. Yeah, that's not. He gave it to the authorities. That's why we're seeing the Mexican police over here now.
Yeah, he was like showing the video. I didn't want to watch it, but I heard it. And you can hear Anthony.
All right, well, look. Hey, listen, there it is again.
They're crossing down there. I know exactly where they're crossing at. We're gonna have to go up and get them.
Yeah.
You know the house with the cable?
Yep.
That's where they're going right now. Let's go. These guys tell them they're moving down there.
If you guys told me when that water level was a little lower, you can see where somebody can look into the USA on that flag.
All right, guys. We're gonna kill this and do one of the Facebook Live real quick. Hang on.